All right, I'm gonna go get my milk out of the freezer. These are the best gloves. There's a link in my description for these as well. They're thermal insulated. They are super warm and they help you get all your work done and hold all the frozen stuff. Just a reminder, when you buy things through the link in my description, it helps support the channel. So I appreciate all the people that have purchased things through my links. Looks like it is 1.67 kilograms for the top tray. The next one is 1.509 kilograms for tray number 2. Tray number 3, 1.657 kilograms. And the last one, the 4th one, is 1.348. Forgot to turn on and pre-freeze my machine, but that's okay. My freeze dryer has been running for about 31 hours, and it looks like we did have one power outage. It lasted about a minute. Well, I'm really not that concerned about it. I'm not sure what happened, but I had to unplug it from the wall and plug it back in. I've never had that happen before. We do have an old house, so it could be that the power just didn't quite work for what we had plugged into the wall at the time. There is my freeze-dried milk. You can see the ice on the side. Hopefully it's all dry. It should be. The freeze-dried is really good with milk. All right, you can see here I got a new bucket. It's temporary. So the water's gonna melt in the freeze dryer, and then it's gonna go down this tube that I recently replaced, and it's gonna go down into that temporary bucket right there. This is just a cheap $5 bucket from the dollar store. Look how crunchy it is. Oh, almost dropped it. That would have been disastrous. Okay, now these are some of the thickest latex gloves I've ever had. I'll put a link to them in the description. I don't think they're made for this, but it's what I got available, so we're going with it. Listen to this. Do you hear that crunch? Powder. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay. It's about equal ratio. You do a cup of powdered milk and a cup of water. So we're gonna go with this. This is tray number 4, the one on the bottom, and we are at 799 grams. Now remember last time when I weighed it, we were at kilograms, and we're now at grams. So there's tray number 4, which is the bottom tray. This is tray number 2, which is actually tray number 3. Really, it's the 3rd tray that we put in there. So 2nd from the bottom. 865 grams. Let's see what we got for the 2nd tray, or the 2nd one from the top. 830 grams. We're at 853 grams for that one. Let me put that tray up before it decides to change again. And we are done with the freeze dryer, so we're gonna go ahead and mark it that we are done. I'll put a link in the description for this particular scale. This has been the best scale. We use this as a kitchen scale. We use it obviously for freeze drying, and it has just been amazing. It has different units of measure. So we got grams, kilograms, and it also does ounces and pounds. So it's really great for freezing food, freeze drying food, all the things. Weighing your flour for your bread. Okay, now because I accidentally touched the ring of the freeze dryer, I gotta make sure I got all the moisture off of my hands. So that's all I'm doing here. And then I spilled some powdered milk when I was showing you guys the crunchiness of it. So we'll clean up the mess at the end because it's about to get a whole lot messier. This is a 1/2 gallon jar. All right, so a lot of you will recognize this. This is a funnel for canning, and I just use it for that. Hopefully it will not make a mess everywhere, and we're gonna see. Oh, you know what? I'd love to see if I can pick up the whole chunk. Let's see. No, it's gonna powder on me. Yeah, it's just gonna powder. I don't know about you, but this sure is making me want some freeze-dried ice cream. Look at that. Oh, is that done? Oh yeah. It is not cold at all. The trays are really hot. If your trays are cold, put them back in. This is really great for when the price of milk goes up or any kind of food shortages you may have, or if you ever lose your job. Always great just to have this extra food security. And you can buy the freeze-dried milk. Oh, but it is just not as good as freeze-drying it yourself. Especially if you raise the cows, that would be cool. Tray one down. Oh yeah, we're doing this. Oh yeah, that just happened. Oh, did I get a chunk? Oh, I think I did. Oh, so close, spoke too soon. Look at that. That's so cool. I just love looking at the little crystals, like the ice crystals frozen in time. I mean, they're clearly no longer ice, but really cool. That looks like it's full. It's not. Look at that. The texture is just so weird. I like trying all the things I freeze dry because I love having it for a snack. Even if you don't save it as emergency food or you save it just like to take on a trip with you. It's a great thing to have, especially if you're going somewhere where there's no refrigeration, but you'll have water, like if you're going camping or hiking or something like that. That's a great option to have. And it tastes like milk, of course. Powdered milk. Man, I need to make some freeze-dried ice cream. I think the problem with the freeze-dried ice cream is that, okay, it takes a lot of work because you gotta have everything pre-frozen. So like you gotta pre-freeze the trays. You gotta somehow magically keep your kids and family from eating the ice cream before it goes on the trays. You have to add the ice cream to the trays, put them back in the freezer because by the time you've added it, depending on what kind it is, like if you're doing scoops or whatever, it might have melted a little bit. And you got to make sure that is like super frozen because you don't want it to look like, you know, well, like this. So then you freeze it. Then you have to get your freeze dry going. Find the time to do it. And boy, has it been a busy day, busy week, busy year. Oh, I thought it almost fit. That would have been really cool. Okay, it doesn't. Oops. Okay, part of this is me compressing it. The other part is me just playing it. Looks like mashed potatoes. Oh, missed a spot. There's some air in there. I might be able to fit both of those trays in here because the way the milk tilted, there was a lot of room left in there. Look at that. Okay. It doesn't matter if you compact it. All the moisture's out. Ain't nothing gonna happen there. Look at that. Doesn't that seem silly now? 2 trays of milk. That's like, gosh, did I have to open a 3rd carton? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to add up the kilograms and let you know. The freeze dryer waits for no one. Okay, it will actually. If I added more time, it would. But then what? I'll just postpone it to another day when I'm also going to be busy and tired. So I actually ended up shredding some paper for security reasons. And, you know, like you shred in your paper shredder. And I ended up making some papercrete, which is really cool, right? Because I was using it to make faux rocks. And since I have so many different varying interests, I thought that would be cool. And I love to try new things. But in so mixing said papercrete with the paper and the pulp and all this goodness, I ended up busting a hole on the side of my 5-gallon bucket for my freeze dryer. Because that was the one that I was keeping the water in for the freeze dryer. So, note to self. Don't use your freeze dryer drain bucket for mixing papercrete. 3 trays down and they all fit in here so far. Oh man. And I bet you we can fit that 4th one in here. Shoot. Okay, not obviously if I'm gonna take it out and throw it on the floor. There we go. Well, hopefully that works. Let's see. Did I mention that powdered milk was such a mess? I think sometimes I forget how messy it is. And then I'm like, it would be a great idea to fill up our powdered milk reserves. We need more powdered milk. And then I do it and I remember why I don't like doing it and why I prefer leftovers. Or when we make stuff in bulk and we just freeze it right away. Oh, please fit. There's still some air gaps in there. Oh, we're gonna make it work. Now for the magic trick, I think it's all gonna fit. Yep, it's fitting. Just need to, oh my gosh, it's so staticky. Some people say to put a little bit of vinegar or liquid on the rag just to wipe the surface and make sure it's clean. But I am always concerned that I'm going to have some of that just happen stay in the container and make it gross. So I don't really want to ruin my food. So we are not going to do that today. Now, ideally, I would put an oxygen absorber in here. I'm out of them right now. Need to order some more. But in the meantime, I put that on there until I get my vacuum sealer. I always do defrost just because it's faster. And let's check on the water and see how well it's draining. Looks like it is coming out there. Nice. And this is whole organic milk. Full jar worth. Please leave a comment below with how many gallons you think this is.